Good morning. I'm David Myers. I am your instructor for bioethical issues in sociology. This is the second 8-week course of the spring semester. It's the 16th of March, the first day of the class, so good morning. Let's go through the syllabus together, shall we? Let's see. You're all watching this, so you already know how to get to the video, obviously, but you go to the content section, you click on it, and let's see, table of contents, syllabus and schedule. I'm going to click there, and voila. The beginning, it gives you all kinds of information. Northwest Technical College, the address, the name of the course, the spring semester, second 8 weeks, March 16th through May the 8th. The instructor, that's me, David Myers. My phone number, 218-308-0841. Use that. If you have any questions at all about the course, you can email me. Of course, there's a link also right there on the syllabus. But don't worry about contacting me. Every time a student does, they always say something along the lines of, gosh, I'm so sorry to bother you. Well, don't be sorry. You have the right to contact your instructor, and that's why I give my phone number. It's my cell. I'll answer it. I carry it with me all the time. I would just ask, don't call after 9 o'clock at night. I'm an old man, and I generally go to bed about 9:15, and but any other time, I'm available. I will return your call or your email or even your text as soon as possible. This is an accelerated course, which means you've got a lot of work to do, and it's fairly difficult work. The reading itself is fairly difficult. This is the textbook that you'll be using. It's Vaughn's Bioethics. It's primarily case studies. So let's go through. I'm not going to read the course description. You're perfectly able to do that. Where I'd like to start is methods to assess competence. First of all, there are examinations, there are case studies, and there are discussion boards. Those are all the elements, the graded elements of the course, and we'll talk more about them in just a moment. But don't fall behind in your reading. I mean, it's crucial that you keep up with the reading, especially in an 8-week course. When this is taught over the 16-week semester, students have a difficult enough time keeping up. But now it's cut in half, and the requirements remain the same. The only difference is I have cut the requirement for a term paper. Now, I know you're disappointed. No, I'm not. Students hate term papers, I know. But I think they're important. But I don't require them because the case studies that you're required to do will actually, exceed the amount of writing that you would be doing for a term paper. And so no term paper requirement. Let's talk about the core assignments. First of all, the discussions. Each student will begin a thread for each section and will respond to 2 other threads. This will help the student get more involved with your classmates. It will also help make the material practical. It's really important that the material be practical. You need to be able to use it. This is not an abstract philosophy course. This is a course in bioethics with an emphasis on the ethics, which means, ethics is highly practical. Now, these postings need to be thoughtful. They need to be well thought out. You cannot say something like, well, I totally agree with what you had to say, and expect that to count for credit. Each posting must be completed by the end of the current exam cycle that you're on. Examinations. Now, let me explain. This course is broken up into 4 sections. Each section has an exam. And each exam is worth 10 points. This course has a total of 100 points. So the discussions, 5 points per section. The exams, 40 points. And then the case studies, the chapter exercises, that's worth another 40 points. So, that's 10 points per section. So you can see how important that is. But the exams, I'll talk more about them in a few moments. I'll give you some dates. Chapter exercises, the same thing. But that's how I am going to grade you. Now, section 1, according to my calendar here, section 1 begins today. And let's see, you have until online bioethics section 1 work is due the 30th of this month. And so it's due basically 2 weeks from now. The first exam will open the 23rd, which is next Monday. You see, you're going to have to race to keep up. I have to do that because that's, we need to get all the chapters covered. So at any rate, you'll be studying this week. On the 23rd, your exam will open. You'll have from Monday to Monday to take the test at your convenience. It's an open book test. It's not open note, but open book test. And the test can be challenging. But at any rate, that's, when section 1 opens. Now, you'll need to have all of your work completed for section 1 by midnight on the 30th. I'm looking down, excuse me, but that's where I've got my desk calendar. So midnight on the 30th of March, you will have completed your case study. You will have completed the exam, and you will have completed your discussions. And I will grade everything and try to get it posted Tuesday at some point. That's how that will work. Section 2, section 1 covers chapters 1 and 2. Section 2 is a larger section, and it covers chapters 3, 4, 5, and 6. Section 3 covers 7, 8, 9, and 10, and Section 4 just covers one chapter, chapter 11. All right, let's look at some dates. I've already given you Exam 1, 23rd through 30 March, Exam 2, 6 through 13 April, Exam 3, 20 through 27 April, and Exam 4, 1 through 6 May. Now, if there's a reason that you can't take the exam on, the scheduled dates, and that's kind of hard for me to understand because you have 7 days, but let me know, and we will see about letting you take it early or maybe even a little bit later, but you're going to have a very good reason for that. Reading assignment schedules, for instance, your reading and assignments need to be turned in by midnight on the 30th of March. For Section 2, the 13th of April, the 27th of April, and the 6th of May. All work for exam cycle 4, extra credit and everything else, must be turned in by the 8th of May. The course closes at midnight on the 8th, and grades will be turned in. So you'll need to get all of that completed. So that's your syllabus. I'd like to walk you through some of the other sections of D2L. So go back to materials, go to content, click on content, and you'll find table of contents. Click on that, and then everything pops up. So you'll find instructor information, just a little bit of information about me, syllabus and schedule. You'll find this video, and I have an amusing Monty Python argument clinic video, and I've included that specifically because what is an argument? What is logic? And I think you'll enjoy it, but I think it will also hammer home what an argument is. Go down to the assignments and you will see instructions for 4 different things: instructions for extra credit, instructions for chapter assignments, instructions for exams, and discussion board. So if you have any questions, click there. We'll go to discussion board. Bada bing. Each student is required to post at least. And so, it gives you specific instructions. Here's a problem. Someone will always email me and say, well, I made the postings and they were good postings, but you only gave me 3 points. And that's true. Out of the 5 points, 3 are for your posts, but 2 are for reading. And so you need to read other students' posts or you're going to lose points. And some of you who won't watch this video and who won't read the syllabus will be shocked to find that out. And I'm always shocked to find out that students won't watch this video. I mean, it's very helpful. And then I think I've given you all the information you need in the instructions in the section, instructions for discussion board. Not to mention, as I've said, call me, beat me, email me, whatever, Kim Possible. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Well, text me, beat me, call me, whatever, and I'll give you the information. I do ask that go through D2L before you call. Most of your questions will be answered there. All right, let's go back to... all right, so you've got instructions for extra credit. Let's click on that. Now listen, the exams are tough. They truly are. 4 exams. I'm going to go to that section and look at your quizzes. You will see exam 1 through 4. You will also see exam 1, 2, 3, and 4 practice tests. Wow, imagine that. These are tough exams. You're trying to do 16 weeks worth of reading in 7 weeks. And so I have done a couple of things. One, there's practice exams. What you see is what you get. All of the exam questions are taken right off of the practice tests. I said it's open book, but not open note. Listen, you cannot just print out the practice tests, answer them, and use those to walk through the exam. That would not be, that's not fair. So you can't do that. This is an ethics class, so I would expect you to be, honest. But open book is fine, but take the practice test over and over and over and over and over and over and over until they are lodged in your noodle. And at that point, the test will not be a problem. Let's see. Let's look at, those are your quizzes. I'm going to go to the Dropbox and you will see, extra credit. Say you bomb an exam. Some of you will bomb an exam. Why? You won't take the practice tests, and after the first one, most people will just skip. That's what experience has taught me. And then exams 2, 3, and 4, you'll use them. But say you bomb an exam, go open it up and then correct the exam and put it in the Dropbox. Don't cut and paste. Give me a short blurb for each question that you miss and answer it correctly and give a little explanation. And I will say you got a 40. I will raise it all the way to a 70. If you get a 50, I'll raise it all the way to 70. If you get a 60, I'll raise it to 70. If you got a 74 and you want to raise it to an 80, grade your test. If you got, I'll do that all the way up to 90. An A is an A. If you already have an A in the exam, you really don't need to worry about your grade. We give no A pluses. And so, I'm not going to raise an A any higher than it already is. So, boom. Now I want to talk about the assignments for case studies. So I'm going to go back to content. I'm going to open up chapter assignments. Click on that. And okay, section 1. You have your choice of completing exercise 1.3 found on page 31 or defining each of the key terms found on page 50. Now listen, a lot of students want to opt to do that and then they'll turn in a half a page. That's not good enough. Not only do you need to define the key terms, and you can use the glossary of the book, sure, but I want also your definition, and I want you to use, give a short explanation for the terms. How would you use them in a sentence? What do they mean? And so I expect you to really go all out on these case studies. There's 4 of them, and I would expect um, 3, 4 pages uh, for each of these assignments. Now, bear in mind, you can double space them, of course. Um, but, if I am not satisfied with your assignment, I will write a note and it will say, listen, this is a good start, but you really need to beef your answers up. You may resubmit if you wish, and I might put a 2.5 out of 5 grade on that. If you want the grade to be higher, fix it and resubmit it. But that's what I'm trying to get at here. Section 2, there's case studies, and I give you the opportunity. You get to choose, like chapter 3, 4, 5, and 6. You get to choose one of those case studies to do. You don't have to do one per chapter, one per section. And then section 3, chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10, you're going to choose another case study. And the same thing for chapter 11. There are 3 case studies given on pages 692 to 695, and you are going to choose one. I think I've covered all of the important information for the course. Again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to call me after you've gone through D2L. Thanks. Have a great day. It's not real beautiful out after yesterday getting to almost 70. It's kind of hard to deal with a gloomy, rainy day. But, as this course progresses, the days are going to get to be a lot more beautiful. So just look forward to that. Bye-bye.